Good morning, YouTube. I am still getting Instagram up, and then we will get started. If you have any requests and you want to throw them in the chat right now, feel free. Good morning, Instagram. Thank you all for being here. I'm Alexis. Hi, Barb. Hi, friends. Hi, Olivia. Cool. Well, it's 9:30, so I'm just going to get right started. Throw any requests that you have in to the chat, and we'll check those out. Hi, Jeff. Nice to see you virtually. We're going to start on our backs today. Oh, hi, Charlotte. Oh, great. Fun. We're going to start on our backs. So come to your mat. Lie down on your back. Hi, Sophie. Low back. Great. Sophie wanted low back too. So I really like lying on my back for low back stuff because it allows you to explore the relationship with the curvature of your spine and your tailbone. So you can start to really sense what is neutral in your low back, using the pressure in your feet to kind of rock your pelvis. So from your back, if you bring the soles of your feet to the floor, you can very gently put pressure into your feet, pushing down into the floor, and just notice the pelvis kind of rock back and forth. And starting out class right away, just being the first thing that you come into in your body, you might really notice sensation in your spine, and you're doing very little movement, but just the pressure of gravity on your spine as it pushes against the floor might trigger some awareness of where you might feel a little bit of extra compression in your back these days. With the shift in lifestyle, without a commute or spending less time maybe outside of your home, moving your body in different ways, we tend to have these chronic positions that surface habits in our skeleton. So just using this time here to notice where you feel that sensation. And if there's a place as you're kind of pushing into the floor and rocking your pelvis forward and back that feels like, ooh, that's a nice elongation, or that's putting some helpful pressure, just pause there. For me, it feels really good when my pelvis is tipped up so that the hip points are pointing up towards my face. I feel this elongation at the lower thoracic spine and upper lumbar spine, right where this curvature is in your low waist. That feels really good for me. And then we're gonna take another posture. So it's your choice. You can either walk your feet out wide to the outer edges of your mat and allow your knees to fall in, which can assist this elongating of the broadness of your low back and your pelvis. Or you can bring the soles of your feet together to touch and let your knees come wide. And that starts to open the front side of the pelvis and your inner thighs. If your knees are very far away from the floor in this Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined cobbler's pose, and you feel any tension in your knees or in your low back from the weight of gravity, bricks underneath the knees or bath towels if you're at home can be really helpful, or just bring the soles of the feet back to the floor. And then close your eyes wherever you are and bring awareness to your breath. Notice if there's any clenching in the face, if your tongue is clinging tightly to the roof of your mouth, just allow it to soften. Bring awareness to the back of the throat. Soften the back of your jaw and the back of your throat and feel the depth in your eye sockets. Hands can be resting at your side or maybe resting on your body. If you have your hands in contact with your body, try to notice the systems that are beneath your skin working. It might be the rise and fall of your breath. You might start to feel blood pumping through your circulatory system. You can feel the aorta in your belly pulsing potentially. And we'll start moving more rigorously soon. But with this focus and slowness, remember that just breathing is enough. Just breathing is enough. And then slowly you're going to start to bring the soles of your feet back to your mat. Hug your heels in towards your seat. Place your palms at your sides and place your palms face down. Find that slight tuck of your pelvis forward by pushing your feet down into the mat, but without really lifting your hips. And then use the press of the feet to lift your hips up. And slowly, like an escalator moves at a very constant pace. Allow your pelvis to rise all the way as high as you can. And keep sending your low back towards your heels. So keep pushing your hips forward and get long in your hip flexors. Take one more breath in here. And then lower your hips back down. We're going to just find those lifts of the hips. So as you inhale, lift, broaden across the front of your pelvis, and exhale, lower your hips back down. Inhale to lift, find a rhythm. Try to keep resistance the whole time. So you're moving with constant speed as you lower, you're moving with constant speed as you lift. And see if you can keep all of your attention in your legs and your pelvis. So you're watching the backs of your legs activate and turn on to lift through your hips. You're feeling how that accentuates lengthening on the front body. And even in this slow movement, start to be aware of some heat building. Next time you lift up, pause at the top. Use your least natural arm to roll your shoulder blades underneath you and interlace your hands at your low back. So you can stay here for the hold, heavy in your heels, light in your toes, or you can start to ground down in the left foot, start to hover the right foot above the mat. Maybe the right leg extends up overhead. If you're extending the leg, be very intentional with the strength of the lifted leg. Lift up through your heel, and then lower the heel back down. Stay here, or ground down into the right foot, lift the left foot up overhead. Push the heel up towards the ceiling, ground down into your right heel. One more breath in, lower the left heel down. Take one more inhale wherever you are. Exhale, use your least natural shoulder, wiggle your shoulder blades out underneath you, and squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Find circles with the knees. And then switch the direction of your circles. Pause the next time your thighs are in your chest and really squeeze them in. Find compression in the hip flexors. Extend your legs up overhead. Full strength in the legs. Just rotate the ankles. Switch the direction. Maybe you're kind of going wonky doodle, going both directions, each spin. And then full strength in the legs. Take a breath in. Start to lower your heels to or toward the floor. Keep your low back strong the whole time. If you feel a lift in your low back, that means you've gone far enough. And then lift the heels back up and lower them back down. 10 here. However far you need to go, okay? So you can lower your heels all the way towards the floor if you're able to maintain enough abdominal strength to keep your spine exactly the same. Or maybe it's just 20 degrees. There's really no right or wrong. You can also keep your legs just extended up overhead. Okay, 3 more. Use your breath. Last one. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. This time, rock a little bit side to side on the back. Send your legs back up overhead. Palms touch, reach above your face, take an inhale. Exhale, lower the left heel to hover. Maybe stay here. Maybe lift your chin, chest, and shoulders off the mat and pulse towards your right toes for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep squeezing the tops of your legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe keep your shoulders lifted. Lift your left foot. Cover the right leg. Maybe pulse here for 10, 9, flex your feet, 7, squeeze your thighs, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs up overhead, inhale. Exhale, lower your spine down. Arms reach up overhead, keep the legs lifting, roll the ankles, just the ankles moving, full strength in your legs. And then squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Feel the compression of the spine and the hip flexors. Grab behind your thighs and start to rock and roll on your spine. Oh, maybe you rock all the way back to plow pose. And then maybe you rock all the way up to boat. So find a few like this that work for you. And go as far as feels safe in your body. It's totally fine if you're just finding these little rocks on your back. Maybe you don't need your hands. The next time you rock forward, you're going to plant your feet and come up into a squat. And then roll your seat back, toes tap behind the head, rock forward into a squat. 3 more like this, as much as you can. Let it be fun. Doesn't really matter what you're doing. As you come forward to the squat, try to keep your knees together. If you can't, no big deal. Next time you come into your squat, pause, raise in your heels, arms reach forward if you can, inhale, hips to sky forward, fold as you exhale. Inhale your left heel high to the sky, standing splits, and stay for your exhale. Get your left foot as high as you can. Soften your shoulders, let your head dangle, big breath in. Exhale, land on the top of your left foot at the back of your mat. Whoops. Maybe you have to try a couple times. Inhale, just let your weight get heavy in your hips. Lift through your chest. Exhale, roll over the back ankle for cat lunge or pyramid pose. Strong through the right leg. Bow your head towards your right knee. Take a breath in. Exhale, quarter turn to your left, so you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Hands come to your hips. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, left hand down your left thigh. Right arm reaches up and over, side body stretch. Squeeze your butt so you're still lifting your pubic bone up, and see if you can bend a little bit deeper. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, warrior 2 to the top of your mat. Just a breath. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm reaches up and back. Exhale, windmill your hands down to frame your right foot. Inhale, 3-legged dog, right foot high to the sky. Exhale, bend your right knee, open through your right hip. Inhale, re-extend, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Inhale, 3-legged plank, hold here. maybe lower halfway, take a push-up. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, right knee, left armpit, and extend your right leg. Keep your hands down. Palms stay planted. Spin your left heel down. Keep your palms planted. Inhale, your left arm reaches high to the sky. Maybe you hover the right foot above the mat. Take a breath in. Maybe you keep the right foot hovering as you plant your left hand down. Bring full weight into both hands, equally weighted hands. And then right knee into your chest. Inhale, send the right foot back. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog is a breath in. Plant your feet, lift your heart. Downward facing dog is your breath out. First time in down dog yet. Spread your toes wide. Lift them up off the mat. Spread them. Stay light in your toes. Get heavier in your heels. Get longer in your armpits. And then once you've arrived in down dog, in your whole body, allow your head to bow towards your chest. Gaze all the way towards the navel center. Heavier in your heels, stronger in your shins. Take a big inhale. Stay for your exhale, settle in. One more big inhale. One more full exhale. Remember, just breathing is enough. On an inhale, start to gaze forward, bend deeply into your knees. As you exhale, step, walk, or hop forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift when you arrive, breathe in. As you exhale, right foot sweeps high to the sky, standing splits. Take an inhale breath. Stay for your exhale. Get as high as you can through your right foot. Really reach the right foot up, up. Strong butt, strong foot. One more breath in. Exhale, land on the top of your back foot at the back of your mat. Drop your hips down, lift your chest. Try to keep your left heel planted. If you need to adjust your stance, adjust your stance. Okay, don't take yourself too seriously. Do what you can. Inhale here, get light with your chest. Exhale, roll over the top of your right foot. Cat lunge or pyramid pose if you get the right heel down. Bow your chin towards your chest and around through your spine. Take an inhale. Exhale, quarter turn to your right. Prasarita Padottanasana. Let your head hang down. Bring your hands to your hip creases. Push down into your feet. And with as long a spine as you can, inhale, come all the way up. Arms sweep out and up, palms touch overhead. Right hand down your right thigh, left arm reaches to the right. Think about squeezing your butt, push your hips forward, and get longer through your left side. Reach as far as you can. Still heavy through the outer edges of your feet, heavy through your heels. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, turn your toes to the top of your mat, bend into your left knee, warrior two. Flip your left palm to the sky, inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill your hands down to frame your left foot. Inhale, three-legged dog, left foot high to the sky. Exhale, bend your left knee and open through your left hip. The more you bend your knee and hug your heel towards your seat, the longer you'll get in your hip flexor and your left quad. Re-extend the left leg high, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Inhale, three-legged plank. Hold this, or maybe lower halfway down, chaturanga. Three-legged plank is a breath in. Left knee, right armpit as you breathe out. Keep your hands planted, extend your left leg out to the right, and spin your right heel down. Keep your hands planted, even out the weight in your hands, and square your shoulders. And then right arm reaches high to the sky. You can stay here, maybe you hover the left foot above the floor. Woo, inner thighs. Take one more inhale. Right hand plants, keep your leg the same. Inhale, extend your left leg back behind you. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga. Up dog, push into the tops of your feet. Downward facing dog, hips to sky. Take 5 breaths in down dog. Sink your heels. Push the base of your index finger and thumb down. Bow your chin towards your chest. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. At the bottom of your exhale, use that strength in your belly to launch forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. This time, come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. First time through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Plant your hands, step or hop back if you're jumping, land with bent elbows. Up dog or cobra as an inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Take a full breath in. Exhale to prepare, bend your knees, look forward. The bottom of your exhale, move forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, Samasthiti. Second time through, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Adha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adha Mukha. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Working on my Sanskrit. Inhale to prepare, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale all your air out before moving forward, feet to hands, top of your mat. Your breath is enough. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Use your breath to inhale, rise all the way up. And as you exhale, left foot is your base, right knee to your chest. Interlace your hands around your shin and hug your knee in towards your chest. Back bend here, flex your biceps. And then arms reach up, right leg extends forward. Spine comes straight. Strong through your left leg. Take a breath in. Standing splits as you breathe out. Pendulum all the way forward. Inhale, lift your right heel high. Exhale, land on the top of your right foot at the back of your mat. Dip your hips, lift your heart, breathe in. Roll over the back foot. Cat lunge as you breathe out. Inhale, turn right. Exhale, fold. Hands to your hips, ground down into your feet. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, ground down into your feet, arms sweep up. Take a breath in to reach long. Exhale, side body stretch. Right arm down your right thigh, left arm reaches right. Inhale, center. Exhale, warrior two to the top of your mat, left leg leads. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left arm reaches up and back. Exhale, windmill your hands down to frame the left foot. Inhale, three-legged dog, left foot reaches high. Exhale, scorpion down dog. Maybe tripod back bend, left foot plants, left arm reaches forward. If you're tripod back bending, get long in your right side body. Use your right heel to get longer in your right side. Plant your left hand down, left foot sweeps high. Inhale. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Inhale, three-legged plank. Hold your plank or maybe chaturanga. Three-legged plank, inhale. Left knee, right armpit. Exhale, extend your left foot. Maybe it stays covered this time as you spin your right heel down, right arm sweeps high. Big breath in. Maybe keep the left foot lifted. Right hand plants. Even weight in both hands. Maybe chaturanga arms. Inhale, right, left foot head to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot between your palms, low lunge. Ardha Chandrasana. This is high lunge. The Sanskrit word for this pose is Anjaneyasana. There we go, crescent lunge. Strong in your back leg, right heel on top of the ball of your right foot. Go longer through your arms, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Twist left. Maybe stay here. here, keeping your spine upright, and work on sending your tailbone down and twisting from your right shoulder, the strength of your right rib cage moving left. If you have the space, you might lean forward, right elbow outside your left thigh for revolved crescent lunge. Utthita Anjaneyasana. Take an inhale. Maybe extend your arms wide as you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Come back to your high lunge, big breath in. Warrior 3 as you breathe out. Launch off the right leg, reach your fingertips forward, flex your right foot, keep your left leg very strong, and think about long spine, okay? If this is too much, just lower your right foot down. Very similar to the lunge, but you want a long spine. Tailbone goes towards your right heel. Take one more breath in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair pose, weight is in your heels. Arms sweep up, breath in. Hands to heart as you breathe out. You can stay here. Maybe you find little pulses. So working the glute muscles by sending your tailbone straight down. The upper body doesn't need to move. Just a sense of the pelvis moving back. You want to twist here, right elbow outside left thigh. Long spine, press the arm into the leg and the leg into the arm. Whatever you're doing, keep your inner thighs very strong. So press the inseams of your legs towards each other. Take a breath in. Sink your hips a little bit deeper as you breathe out. Come back to center, straighten through your legs. Inhale, little back bend. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Your Vinyasa, if you want it, exhale. Plant your hands, step or float back. If you're having sensations in your low back, don't jump, just step. And a cool thing you can do is practice what's your least natural foot stepping back. See if you can remember that every time you step back to plank. Downward facing dog. Find your breath. It's inevitable that you lose your breath during class. That's why the practice is to keep coming back to it, because that will always be there. And then we learn how to pause and find our breath when we're off of our mats. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward on retention of your exhale, top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Rise all the way to stand, inhale. As you exhale, right foot is your base, hug your left knee into your chest. Interlace your hands your least natural way around your left shin. Squeeze your thigh in towards your belly, push your hips forward, little back bend. Flex your biceps here, so you're using the strength of your arms to hug your leg even closer. And then release the arms, extend your left leg out in front of you. Kick into your left foot, like you're gonna kick the door open. Kick it, jerk it out. Reach your fingertips high, inhale. One fluid movement, exhale, standing splits, left foot high to the sky. Get lighter in your left heel, point your left toes, breathe in. Exhale in on the top of your left foot at the back of your mat. Drop your hips, lift your chest, inhale. Cat lunge or pyramid pose, exhale, roll over the back of your foot as best you can. Plant your hands, inhale, right foot sweeps high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your right knee open through your hip. You can stay or tripod back bend. If you're back bending, you're getting a long left side body. And you can find that by using your left heel, pushing your left heel. One more breath in. Right hand plants, right foot high to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Maybe you bend your elbows. Inhale, three-legged plank. Hold your plank or lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, right knee, left armpit. Maybe your right foot stays lifted as you spin your chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Right foot high to the sky, inhale. Low lunge as you exhale. High lunge, inhale. Settle in and stay as you exhale. Work on a strong left leg and a heavy right heel and a very long spine. So if you are feeling compression in your low back because it's really hard to get your left butt out of your low back, come up a little bit higher. So walk your right foot in a little bit, come up higher so you can find more length on the front of your left leg. Arms reach up overhead, maybe stay here, or hands to heart. Twist right, and maybe stay here. And maybe this is enough. You feel this great opening and focus in the outer left hip, the front of your left hip flexor. Or if you'd like to lean forward, left elbow outside your right thigh. Push your palms together, spin from your navel center, and stay strong for your left leg. The only way that we protect our back is if we learn how to use the muscles in our low body. They're often passively working. You have to actively turn them on. Maybe your arms extend wide. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, warrior three. Launch off the left foot. Oh, right foot is your base. Flex your left foot this time. Reach your fingertips forward. No, whatever you're doing is okay. I'm falling. It's very fun and cool. Take one more inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. That side way harder for me. Chair pose this time. Weight is in your heels, arms sweep up. Hands to heart. You can choose to just stay here. Or you can choose to start to twist right, bringing your left elbow outside your right thigh. It's always a choice. Your inner thighs are working wherever you are. Activate your inner thighs by lifting the arches of your feet. Whoa. Isn't that crazy? How you can feel your inner thighs by activating the arches of your feet? Amazing. Take a big breath in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale. Maybe you step back, chaturanga, and you use the opposite foot that you used last time. Do you remember which one? Do you remember? It's okay if you don't. Maybe you'll remember next time. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Take an inhale in downward facing dog. And exhale, settle in. You're doing really well. We're moving fast. We're gonna flow again. And then we'll do something else. So when you're ready, inhale to prepare. Fill your lungs completely. Exhale, empty your lungs completely, and then move your feet to the top of your mat. If you're stepping, which one did you use last time? Do you remember? Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Rise, Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Exhale, hug your right knee into your chest. We're gonna do it opposite again. Squeeze your thigh into your chest, flex your biceps, and then maybe you keep this back bend as you extend your right leg long. Maybe keep back bending and reach your fingertips up and back. Whoa! If you feel this in your low back, bring your spine upright. Contract the muscles in the front of your right leg. Take a big breath in, and exhale, standing splits. This time, pause in your standing splits. You might bring one hand or both hands around your left ankle. You might keep your right foot down, your right hand down, and reach your left hand up and back for the top of your right foot. If you're finding that right foot with your left hand, take care to keep your right knee pointing straight down. So you're doing more work in opening the left shoulder than you are in tweaking the right knee. You should feel length along the right hip flexor. Inhale, release the grip, extend your right foot long. Exhale, land on the top of your right foot at the back of your mat. Drop your right knee down, arms sweep out and up. Anjaneyasana with the back knee down. Inhale, reach your arms long. Exhale, hands to heart center. Right elbow hooks outside the left leg. Maybe you stay here. You can open your arms. Maybe you start to bend into the right knee and capture the right foot with the left hand from here. Oh, holy hit. Keep pushing your left arm into your right, your left leg into your right arm. Your right foot is active. And then arms sweep up overhead, inhale. Hands come down, shift your hips back, flex your left toes towards your face as you exhale. Ardha Hanumanasana. Get longer in your spine as you breathe in. Fold over the left leg as you breathe out. Start to tuck your right toes and keep walking your weight back. So you're going to be sitting in toes pose on the right foot. Your right heel might come into a very special place. And you might need to keep using your hands to support here. This is a lot on my right foot. You feel really strong and stable through the right all of the foot. You might start to reach your arms up overhead, or you might start to fold forward over the right knee and wrap your hands around your the left knee, and wrap your hands around the left ankle or the left ball of the foot. Wowie zowie. Start to walk your hands back forward. Lift your right knee and inhale, sweep your left foot high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend into your left knee. Maybe tripod back bend. Maybe this time in tripod back bend, you find bipod back bend, and you start to lift your right foot. Maybe it's just your right heel. Okay, get it lifted, lower it back down, plant your left hand back down, left foot high to the sky, inhale. Exhale, left knee, left armpit, maybe chaturanga arms. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, maybe chaturanga arms. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, left knee, right armpit. Send the left leg long, spin your right heel down. Right arm reaches high to the sky. Really ground down into the outer edge of your right foot. Maybe right fingertips reach forward. Maybe your left foot comes way forward. And maybe your left toes and your right hand become friends. Mine are not friends. Yours might be. Start to walk your right hand back down, lift your right heel, left foot sweeps back, three-legged plank. Oh, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog is a breath in. Downward facing dog is a breath out. Oh yeah, okay. I know what we missed on our last side. Don't worry, we're gonna do it. Left foot sweeps high to the sky is an inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your palms, low lunge. Inhale, high crescent lunge, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Twist as far as you're able to the left. Maybe lean your chest forward, right elbow outside your left thigh. Get heavier in your left heel. Maybe from here, you launch off the right foot. So you're in revolved, crouching, warrior 3. Flex your right toes, then deeply into your left knee. Maybe you find little pulses in that left knee. 3, in 2, your right foot steps next to your left, and 1, revolved chair pose. Right foot steps next to your left. Spin your chest towards your palms, get heavier in your heels. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, chair pose, come back to center. Exhale, keep your knees bent, plant your hands, bend your elbows and bring your knees to the backs of the triceps for crow. And it's a magic which means if you're not lifting your heels, imagine that you are. Maybe both of your heels lift at once. And you hold. Maybe you take this into your chaturanga. We'll be back in downward facing dog. Wow, wow, wow. I'm breathing. How about you? You have to breathe. Sometimes that's all you can do. Breathing is the hardest part of the practice, and it's also the thing you always have to do. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. One more big breath in, long through your ribs and your armpits. Exhale all your air out, move forward, come to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. This is the part of class where I think class should be over, but we have a whole other side. This time, right foot is your base. Hug your left shin in towards your chest. Interlace your hands your least natural way around your left leg and start to back bend. Back bending comes from strong butt. Squeeze your butt. Maybe you keep this arch in your spine, which is not a collapse in your spine. It's very active, using all the muscles that track along your vertebrae. And your arms reach up overhead and your left leg kicks up. Whoa! Keep your right leg very strong. Take an inhale. And exhale, standing splits. Whee! Like a pendulum. Your hands lower at the same pace as your left leg. I hope that this feels like something to you. It feels like a lot to me. Interlace maybe, or bring maybe one hand to the right ankle, maybe both hands. If you're interlacing your hands around the right ankle, you try to find your least natural grip. Maybe you're trying to get the left foot with the right hand. If you're doing that, your left knee is pointing in the same direction as your right knee, and the grip is coming from an opening of the right shoulder. Whew. If you can, you might lift the left knee higher. Oh my gosh. Take a breath in, release the bind if you have it, standing splits, land on the top of your left foot, and lower your left knee down as you exhale. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Anjaneyasana with the back knee down. Yowza. Hands to heart. Left elbow outside your right thigh. Y'all. Yoga. Okay. If you're staying here, you're very actively pushing your right thigh into your left elbow. Otherwise, you might be reaching back for the left foot with your right hand. Ow! My hip flexors hate quarantine so much. Time to get a standing desk, probably. Release the foot, arms sweep up, inhale. Exhale, start to shift your weight back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Flex your right toes towards your face. Send your hips towards your left heel. This is really working the length of the back of the right leg. Try to keep your spine very long as opposed to rounding your spine. We'll have a chance to round the spine in a second. And keep your foot very active. One thing that you can always think about in any yoga pose is whether the length on both sides of the ankle is equal. Tuck your left toes as far under as you can, and start to shift your weight back. And maybe you find a special little greeting from your left heel into a special place. And this is where I'm staying. I have a lot of, I need to support my weight with my hands, but you're working towards little to no weight in your hands. If you have the space, you might round your spine over your right leg and maybe interlace your hands around the ball of your right foot. But isn't it cool that we can all do something different and we're still all doing yoga together? It's cool. Yoga is for everybody. My yoga teacher says, yoga is for everyone, but not all yoga is for everyone. And then you'll start to shift your weight forward, plant your palms, lift your back knee, right foot sweeps high to the sky. Inhale, exhale. Start to open your right hip. Maybe it's a back bend, your right foot plants. You use your left heel so strong that it might get light. Woo! Maybe your left foot covers. Mine doesn't. Look at that woman behind me though. It's kind of like that. And plant your right hand down, step your right foot back down. No, right foot sweeps high to the sky, three-legged dog. Right knee, right armpit, maybe chaturanga arms. Three-legged plank, you can lower halfway chaturanga. Three-legged plank, right knee, left armpit, left heel spins down, right leg extends. Doesn't matter if your right foot lifts or is rounded. Just as long as it's very flexed and very strong. Left arm sweeps high. As you press your hips forward, reach your left fingertips forward. Maybe your right foot walks towards your left hand and they become friends. Or you just imagine someday, wow, I can't wait. And then plant your left hand down, right foot high, inhale, exhale, low lunge. We skipped a chaturanga. We're doing it, we're gonna skip it, it's okay. Arms sweep out and up, Anjaneyasana, into your twist. However you need to twist. Another twisting variation I like, left hand to outer right thigh, right hand to low back. This works for the transition as well. You can stay here, or maybe you start to lift up off of the left foot, and you're in revolved, crouching, warrior three. If you have the elbow or the hand on the right thigh, push your right thigh into it. Push it outward. Oh, right glute on. Bend into your right knee. Take an inhale. Revolve chair pose as you exhale. Your hands can be at heart. Can be your forearm outside the thigh. Maybe you've taken a break. You're the only one who cares. I care about you, but I don't care if you're doing revolved chair pose right now. Take a breath in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Toe heel your feet to hips width distance. Peace fingers around your big toes, or hands slide all the way underneath your feet. Shift your weight forward. Try to keep the fronts of your legs full strength if you can. If you can, you don't have a bend in your knees. If you have a bend in your knees, that's fine. Work toward bringing your chest towards your thighs as you send the tops of your femur bones up. Bending your elbows might help use the strength in your arms to release your low back even further. Release the bind. How's your breath? How's your breath? Plant your hands, second time, crow pose. Elbows bend back, knees to your armpits, weight shifts forward. Hold, maybe step back or hop back, making your way back to your downward facing dog. Lower your knees down, bring your feet together, hips back, child's pose. Get long in your arms and heavy in your hips. Round inhale. Lift yourself up, tabletop. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. We forgot warrior two and reverse warrior with your right foot forward and a side body stretch on your right side. That's your homework. So like before you sit down for dinner tonight, you're going to spend 2 minutes and do that. Okay? We're not doing it in class. And you're going to survive. Okay, right hand is your base. Keep your shins grounded. Left arm sweeps high to the sky. Left arm threads underneath your right. And maybe you just stay here. Maybe your right arm walks forward. If your right arm is forward, it's down dog in the right arm. So full strength in your palm. You might start to extend your right leg back. You might ground down into that right heel and stretch the outer right ankle. You might strengthen the outer right butt by lifting the right foot. Some of you might reach your right hand back for the top of your right foot. Stay strong through your left arm. The exit is that you either flop onto your back or you exit the way that you entered. Make your way back to your tabletop, right hand walks in, left arm sweeps high, and left arm lowers, right to the opposite side. Right arm sweeps high to the sky, thread the needle, right arm underneath your left, right ear to the floor. Left arm reaches forward, maybe, and maybe this is enough. Maybe you extend your left foot back. And maybe you spin your left heel down and you lengthen the outer left ankle by pressing into the pinky toe side edge. Maybe you strengthen the outer left hip by lifting the left leg. Whee! You'll need very strong right arm and right shin if you want to grab the left foot with the left hand. I'm just going to flop. That was pretty fun. And you either flop out of this, flop asana, make your way back to tabletop, or exit the way you came in, lowering your left hand down and spinning your right arm high, tabletop. Okay. We're going to take one outer hip opener. If you like half pigeon, you can make your way to half pigeon. I'm going to take Gomukhasana, which means coming to the seat, wrapping the right leg over the left, and you're working to get knees to stack on top of each other, and both sits bones rooting. And don't worry too much about how you get there, just find it. And once you arrive, if you have strong feet pushing down and you're actively pushing your legs down, you feel opening in the outer hips. Right leg on top, left arm reaches up. Bend your left elbow, right hand to your left elbow. Maybe right arm sweeps wide, and you find the left fingertips. If you're not finding the fingertips, just take care not to be jutting your chin forward. If you have the space, you might fold forward over the legs. Again, this is like a lot of pinching in the spine. Just let go of the arms and allow your chest to fold. Take one more breath in and a full breath out. Slowly start to shift yourself into the opposite side, whatever hip opening pose you're doing. For this one, I'm just going to extend my legs and switch them. And then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle to get the knees stacked. Wiggle to get your sits bones equally rooting. Press your palms into your feet. Maybe fold forward. If you want the arms on this side, left leg on top, right arm reaches up. Maybe bend into your right elbow, left hand to the right elbow. Maybe left arm sweeps out wide and finds the right hand. You might notice that you can do this on one side and not the other. If you have the space for here, you might fold from here. Start to come back to center wherever you are and make your way to your back. As you come to your back, extend your legs up long overhead. Full strength in the fronts of the legs, just roll the ankles. Start to bend into your knees, peace fingers around your big toes, or hands around your pinky toe side edges, happy baby. My 4-month-old baby has discovered happy baby. Really, he's discovered his feet, and this is his absolute favorite thing to do. It's truly happy. It's amazing. Can you imagine just having so much wonder with your feet that just holding them brings you the utmost joy? God, we're lucky to have feet and hands. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. If there is a pose that you would like to feel complete in your practice, maybe twisting from your back, maybe another plow pose or shoulder stand. I had the intention of teaching shoulder stand, but I'm out of time. And I also really dislike shoulder stand. So maybe I did that on purpose by accident. That's an oxymoron. Whatever you need to feel complete. And then once you kind of sense your nervous system accepting that class is ending, then you can start to relax and release. Find your final resting pose. It could be rocking back up to a seated meditation. It could be the way we started class with feet planted, knees together, or feet together and knees wide, or maybe legs out long, Shavasana. And I will leave you here. But if you have the time, maybe 10 minutes in Shavasana. Thank you for showing up and practicing yoga. It's really hard. It's really hard to just breathe sometimes. Thank you. Namaste.